Champions League highest goal scorer this season, Kylian Mbappe. Champions League most assists this season, Vinicius Jr. Champions League best goal of the season, Federico Valverde. And Champions League young player of the season, Arda Guler. What does this tell you? What does it tell you? The Champions League is crying out to be won by Real Madrid. It is our trophy. And to be honest, it makes no sense how this Real Madrid side with Mbappe hasn't won the Champions League yet. It doesn't. And it makes even less sense how this Real Madrid side hasn't won a trophy yet. I cannot understand it. I cannot. If anyone had told the Real Madrid fan after the 23-24 season that they'd go trophyless in 2 seasons, mind you, I'm not saying that they maybe not win the Champions League or not trophyless in 2 seasons, we would have called you a madman. But now it's in action. It has happened. But in any way, these stats in the Champions League, what did they tell me? They told me that this team has more than what it takes. More than what it takes to win the Champions League. You see, PSG is, everyone is praising PSG, this and that. That should be Real Madrid in that spot. It should be Real Madrid. Mbappe's high goal scoring Champions League season, 15 goals. Vinicius, with a lot of assists, fed the best goal of the season. Arda Guler, young player of the season. The competition should be owned by Real Madrid with a squad like this. And I won't lie, player for player, we have top 3 squads in Europe. Definitely the top 3 squads in Europe. When you consider player for player, Real Madrid is top 3. And like I said, I do not understand how and why it just hasn't come together. But I'll say this, I do believe if it does come together, if it all aligns, Real Madrid will be, they will be world enders. If this squad actually comes together, forget about the arguments, forget about the differences, listen to your coach, behave collectively. This squad will dominate the world. Not just Europe, but the world. That's what I solely believe. I solely believe that. But then the question is this, is it going to happen? Because this squad has been managed by the best manager, or at least top 3 manager in history, Carlo Ancelotti, who has won 5 Champions Leagues. That's been managed by Carlo Ancelotti. It was fruitless. Problems. It has been managed by a very, good young prospective manager, Xabi Alonso. Still fruitless. It has also been managed by someone who has been managing, Real Madrid youth, Arbeloa. Maybe he doesn't really have much under his belt. But fruitless. Then up next is coming Jose Mourinho. Can Jose Mourinho make the difference? That's the question. Will Jose Mourinho be able to make the difference? Will he be able to give these guys a single mind? Because that's what they need. That is all this team needs, to be honest. Yes, we can sign, players, backups for positions, this and that. But I'll be very honest with you, Real Madrid players are not bad. I can't name a single bad Real Madrid player. I can't, apart from Camavinga. And it's not like he's bad. He's not very serious, to be honest. But apart from him, I cannot name a single Real Madrid player who is bad. Who's bad at playing ball. These guys are all very good at, their positions. So back to it. It tells you it's not necessarily, we do need signings, but that's not it's not, how do I say, it's not to hit the nail on the head. It won't fix 100% of the problem. We need collectiveness. A manager who will bring collectiveness to this squad. Unity. You see the whole fighting, this person punching this person, sending this man to the hospital. Some persons believing in Arbeloa, some persons believe in Xabi Alonso. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that. These guys, you see the way PSG play, everyone plays for each other. They press uniformly, they defend uniformly. It's all, these guys, they aren't just focused on myself. It's about the team. We have to win. It's not I have to win, it is we have to win. That's the way PSG play. You see? Now, if Real Madrid, answer me this question, if Real Madrid just added that collectiveness, with the stats we have produced so far, I mean, come on. If we just added that collectiveness, if we can go back to the way we played the first El Clasico, everyone with one mind, a single mind, if we can go back to that, then it's done. Because that was, I believe, seeing the players like Mbappe, Vini, Valverde, Bellingham, that was like the only game these players all combined fantastically. Vini was on fire, destroying Koundé. Mbappe scoring. I believe he scored 2 goals. One was cancelled for offside. Bellingham assisting and scoring. Valverde, movement all over the place. They all connected, and we were so good. The only goal Barcelona got was from a mistake, to be honest. If we can just go back to that collectiveness, if you can go back to that, it is over. And I really pray Jose Mourinho can do that. I pray Jose Mourinho can do that. I don't have any guarantee he would be able to do that, because I view Ancelotti in a higher regard than I do Mourinho. I mean, Ancelotti is even older than Mourinho as well. If the players can't do it under Ancelotti, why would they do it under Mourinho? That's the question. But I hope for the best all the same. Some other news before we conclude. Real Madrid. Now, you remember Real Madrid are interested in right back, left back, a centre back, and a creative midfielder. Now, for the centre back options, we know Konate, we know Bastoni. We've heard these names before. And now, we don't know much about left back, but then, right now, we know about the right back position. Real Madrid, they've made a move on Denzel Dumfries. And then, Pedro Porro from Tottenham is also under consideration. To be honest, I would really like to see Dumfries. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's experienced. Dumfries is experienced. Then again, it's not like he's old or anything, but he has the experience. He has played in some of the biggest stages, definitely. Dumfries. And then he's good defensively. He's good aerially. He's also good offensively. Then, I mean, remember the game against Barcelona? Dumfries is very good, if you ask me. And if we can get him, that would be very good. But then, here's where my opinion sort of differs. The idea is to have him as a backup right back, which doesn't make sense for me. It doesn't. Instead of having him sit on the bench, watch Trent play, or maybe having Trent sit on the bench and watch Dumfries play. I mean, these guys are all super talented. I believe they're about the same age. Instead of doing that, shortening that time. Here's an idea, and I would like you to let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section. Here's an idea. How about moving Trent to the midfield position and having Dumfries on? Now, hold on. We've been looking for a deep-sitting creative playmaker, or a deep-sitting orchestrator, someone who can find those long passes, who can make those passes like Cruz. Trent has the potential. I mean, he has an eye for a pass, very accurate passes. He could possibly, with some training, fit into that role. With Trent, as a deep line playmaker, Guler as an offensive playmaker, Bellingham, Valverde in the midfield, work rates, Bellingham even crashing the box, and that midfield, hear me out, that midfield would be quite powerful. I mean, it has all the balance you need. You have an offensive creative playmaker at Guler, making magic happen up front. You have Bellingham crashing the box and also pressing up front. You have Valverde securing the middle of the park everywhere, pressing as well, defensive work, Valverde. Then you also have Trent's defensive position, finding those long balls. Because we have runners, Vini, Mbappe, even Hendrick is coming. We have runners. Then finding them with long balls. This idea could actually be what we need. And then you also have a very solid right back. Most times Valverde has to be concerned about Trent's, right back work. Although Trent is good defensively now, but then most of the time Valverde has to be concerned. But with Dumfries, we don't have to be too concerned. At least not as much as we would be with Trent. It's an idea that I feel like could work. We should try out. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section.